Everyone, this is Angry African. Today I'm bringing you a build I've been working on for a while, called the Cursed Balls Summoner. It's a build I've been working on in the 1 month hardcore league, and currently it's been doing really well, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Oh, lovely desync. As you can notice, I shoot a bunch of GMP ball lightning, and as I do, I instantly triple curse stack enemies. This has actually turned out to be really strong and effective, even with difficult mods like the current invaders. Mine, yes. Even considering the current mods of the league, which is like 20% increased attack speed and move speed, invaders, and nemesis mods, it's been working really well. I think part of its strength is its ability to instantly disable and weaken enemies. We'll see here how we deal with this invader. He's already triple cursed. And with the use of temporal chains and enfeeble, he's really not much of a threat. And there he goes down. My zombies do die at times. Currently I need to get my zombies to level 20. My specters basically never die. And overall this build is just being really effective and really safe. With the 3 curses that I'm using, temporal chains, enfeeble, and vulnerability, nothing seems to be really a threat once I proc it. On top of that, I'm also using Elemental Equilibrium in my spec. If you look over here in my skill tree, I've got Elemental Equilibrium, which means that just with 1 curse of my cursed balls, I'm not only putting 3 curses on the enemy, I'm also reducing their resistance to fire and cold, which is a damage types my minions do, and potentially my party members. So just with one click of the button, I'm doing a whole lot to my opponents, which I think is pretty time effective. I really like it. It feels very safe, and I've been enjoying the build so far. And what's quite nice is it works off very little gear. Almost everything I have in this character I found myself. Trading's been pretty dead in this league by the end of it. So it's being overall pretty good. I found a tabula rasa of Cruel Dominus, and I've been using it with level 1 Ball Lightning, Temporal Chains, Enfeeble, Vulnerability, and then, of course, Curse of Hit and GMP. And this is the triple curse on hit action going here. Otherwise, I've got other very cheap items like an Aurum Vorax for resists. I have a terrible pair of gloves, terrible other pieces of gear, belt, Bones of Ulla, a decent Arcankite shield, decent rings, and of course a +1 curse ring, because I get 1 curse from the skill tree and 1 from this item. And an average amulet. I have an absolutely terrible minion helm as well. So my gear is really bad and isn't even worth it to exalt. So the fact is I've been doing maps with absolute ease. Nothing's even come close to really challenging this character. I've done Temple Piety, I've done Chuck Sasha, I've done a couple of difficult mods, and it's all being pretty much a breeze. So one thing are going to want with this build is something that removes corrupted blood so you don't kill yourself when you spam your balls. But overall, things have been very effective, and I'm enjoying this a lot. There's a lot of room to theory craft with this build. There's a couple of items I want to get, which I'll probably experiment with when I hit Hardcore League. I intend to pick up the Cloak of Defiance to get the sort of mana shield defense passive, as well as a couple of other items I want to experiment with, including getting more aura nodes and experimenting with some other different auras. But the general core of this build, the idea of multi-cursing enemies as a summoner while letting your minions deal with and kill enemies, has proven to be very effective, and thus far I'm really enjoying it. As you can see, the clear speed is pretty good, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this build performs in group play. I think with the utility of just being a summoner and having meat bags for enemies to attack, as well as your efficiency and speed at which you triple curse enemies, players in your group are going to absolutely love you, and it's just going to be a very effective group build. But obviously I've almost exclusively played this character solo, respect into summoner at Merciless Ledge, and it's been very effective thus far, and I haven't run into any issues whatsoever. I even did a couple of Merciless Dominus runs, and he was cake as well. Of course, the triple curse really helps against difficult bosses, which I think summoners normally struggle against hard bosses and difficult content, but with Temporal plus Enfeeble, even with the 20% increased speed mod, I've actually been handling bosses like Temple Piety just fine. So yeah, this is pretty much the build. There are a couple of other things I might be able to try, like I can use the curse on hit temporal chain gloves so that I can get quad curse. I can add an elemental weakness or something else. Or what I can do is I can use a 5-link, like get a 5-link Cloak of Defiance with temporal chain gloves so that I still have triple curse stack. So there are a lot of budget options for this build. You don't have to get a Tabula Rasa, though I think with Snapshot being removed, Tabula Rasa will be really cheap to get, so it won't be too bad. And of course, there's absolutely no snapshotting in this build. I currently run my Spectres off of 4-link, I run all my auras separately, no snapshotting on my auras, and everything's socketed normally. No shenanigans, and as you can see, Summoner's still strong. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the new patch brings. I'm going to be re-theory crafting this build and hopefully improving it when the changes come, because I think the changes are just going to make this character stronger when I can do things like run Generosity, the aura enhancing gem for hatred to improve the damage of my minions, and other various effects like that. So we'll have to see what the future brings. This is my very first ever video for YouTube and gaming content, so please let me know what you think. Always love to have some feedback, and have a good time. Cheers. This is Angry African.